Be me, 35-year-old millionaire with a penchant for luxury and a weakness for beautiful women. Met my girlfriend, Alexandra, at a high-end charity gala about a year ago. She was stunning, with piercing green eyes and raven black hair, and I was immediately smitten. We started dating, and I spared no expense in showering her with gifts and taking her on extravagant vacations. At first, she seemed to appreciate my generosity, but over time, I started to notice that she was getting increasingly displeased with my frugal side. I'm sitting in my mansion, sipping a glass of scotch and staring at the massive diamond necklace I bought for Alexandra's birthday, which is coming up in a few days. I'm thinking to myself, what's wrong with this girl? I've given her everything she could possibly want. I've taken her to Paris, bought her a brand new Mercedes, and given her a credit card with no limit. What more could she possibly want? Just then, I hear the sound of high heels clicking on the marble floor, and Alexandra walks into the room, looking like a supermodel in her designer dress and heels. "Hey, babe," she says, giving me a peck on the cheek. "What's up?" "Not much, just thinking about your birthday," I reply, trying to sound casual. "I was thinking of taking you to Hawaii for a week, and I got you a little something to wear to dinner." She raises an eyebrow, clearly unimpressed. "Hawaii? Again? We just went there last year. Can't you think of something more original?" I feel a pang of defensiveness, but I try to brush it off. "Okay, well, what did you have in mind?" She sighs, rolling her eyes. "I don't know, something more exciting. And can we please talk about the gift you got me? I hope it's not something cheap and tacky." I start to feel a sense of unease, but I try to reassure her. "Of course not, babe. I got you something beautiful. Just wait and see." But as I'm speaking, I can see the doubt in her eyes, and I start to wonder if I've been blind to her true nature all along. Is she really the gold digger I've been suspecting, or am I just being paranoid? Just then, my phone rings, and I get up to answer it, hoping to escape the awkwardness of the moment. "Excuse me, babe, I need to take this," I say, walking out of the room to answer the call. As I'm talking on the phone, I can hear Alexandra's voice behind me, muttering under her breath. "Cheap bastard, can't even get me a decent gift." As I step out of the room, I can feel a mix of relief and anxiety wash over me. The voice on the other end of the line is my best friend, Mike, and he's calling to check in on me. "Hey, man, what's up?" he asks, his tone cheerful as always. "Not much, Mike," I reply, trying to sound casual despite the tension I'm feeling. "Just getting ready for dinner with Alexandra." "Oh, yeah. How's that going?" Mike asks, his curiosity piqued. I hesitate for a moment, unsure of how much to share. But Mike's been my friend since college, and I know I can trust him. To be honest, it's been a bit of a disaster, I admit, feeling a sigh escape my lips. Mike chuckles. "What happened? Did you spill wine all over the tablecloth again?" I laugh, despite myself. "No, nothing like that. It's just Alexandra's being really critical, and I'm starting to feel like I'm walking on eggshells around her." There's a pause on the other end of the line, and for a moment, I wonder if Mike's still there. But then he speaks up, his voice serious. "Dude, I've been telling you. You deserve so much better than someone who's just looking for a free ride. You're an amazing guy, and you should be with someone who appreciates you for who you are." I feel a pang of defensiveness, but deep down, I know Mike's right. I've been suspecting that Alexandra might be more interested in my bank account than in me as a person, but I've been trying to push those thoughts aside. "I know, Mike. It's just I really care about her, and I want to make this work." Mike sighs. "I get it, man. But you need to be careful. Don't let her walk all over you. You deserve to be treated with respect and kindness." As I'm talking to Mike, I can hear Alexandra's voice in the background, still muttering under her breath. I feel a surge of irritation, but I try to push it down. Hey, Mike, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later, okay? Alright, man. Take care of yourself, and don't let Alexandra get to you. You're better than that. I hang up the phone and take a deep breath, trying to calm myself down. As I walk back into the room, I see Alexandra sitting on the couch, her eyes fixed on me with an expectant gaze. So, are you going to show me this amazing gift you got me, or do I have to wait all night? She asks, her voice dripping with sarcasm. I feel a knot form in my stomach, and for a moment, I wonder if I've made a huge mistake. But then I remind myself that I got her a beautiful gift, something that I think she'll really love. Of course, babe, I say, trying to sound confident. I'll go get it right now. As I walk over to the closet to retrieve the gift, I can feel Alexandra's eyes on me, watching me with an intensity that makes my skin crawl. I start to wonder if Mike's right, if I am just blinded by my feelings for her. But then I see the gift, wrapped up in beautiful paper and tied with a ribbon, and I feel a surge of excitement. Maybe, just maybe, this will be the thing that turns our evening around. Maybe this will be the thing that shows her that I'm not just a cheap bastard, but someone who truly cares about her. I take a deep breath, and with a sense of hope, I turn around to face her. Okay, babe. Close your eyes and hold out your hands. As I walk back to Alexandra, the gift held tightly in my hands, I can feel my heart racing with anticipation. I try to push aside the doubts that have been creeping into my mind all night, focusing instead on the excitement and joy that I hope to see on her face when she opens her eyes. Okay, babe, close your eyes and hold out your hands, I repeat, trying to sound calm and collected. Alexandra raises an eyebrow, clearly skeptical, but she does as I ask, closing her eyes and holding out her hands in front of her. I can see the tension in her body, the way her shoulders are stiff and her jaw is clenched, and I wonder if I've made a mistake. What if she doesn't like the gift? What if it's not enough? I push the thoughts aside and place the gift in her hands, feeling a sense of trepidation as I wait for her to open her eyes. The room is silent, the only sound the soft hum of the air conditioner in the background, and I can feel the weight of Alexandra's expectations bearing down on me. Okay, you can open your eyes now, I say, trying to sound enthusiastic, but my voice comes out hesitant and unsure. Alexandra opens her eyes, and for a moment, she just looks at the gift in her hands, her expression unreadable. Then, slowly, she begins to unwrap the paper, her fingers moving carefully and deliberately. I watch, my heart in my throat, as she reveals the small, elegantly crafted music box inside. The music box is made of beautifully polished silver, with intricate patterns and designs etched into its surface. It's a piece that I've been searching for weeks, something that I knew would be perfect for Alexandra, with her love of music and beauty. As she opens the lid, a soft, melodic tune fills the air, and I see a flicker of surprise and delight in her eyes. Oh, it's beautiful, she says, her voice barely above a whisper, and for a moment, I feel a sense of relief and hope. Maybe, just maybe, this gift will be enough to salvage the evening, to show Alexandra that I care about her and am willing to go the extra mile to make her happy. But as I look into her eyes, I see something there that gives me pause. It's a look of appreciation, yes, but also of calculation, of weighing and measuring. And I wonder, once again, if I've made a mistake, if I've just fallen into the trap of trying to buy her affection, rather than earning it through my actions and my words. Thank you, she says, her voice still soft and gentle, but with a hint of reserve, of distance. It's really lovely. I smile, trying to hide my doubts and uncertainties, but inside, I'm wondering if I've just missed the mark, if I've just proven to Alexandra that I don't really understand her, that I'm just trying to buy my way into her heart. I'm glad you like it, I say, trying to sound confident and sincere, but my voice feels hollow, even to my own ears. As I wait for Alexandra to say more, to give me some indication of how she truly feels about the gift, I find myself studying her face, searching for any sign of genuine emotion. Her eyes, those piercing green eyes that seem to see right through me, are fixed on the small, exquisitely crafted music box in her hands. She turns it over, her fingers tracing the intricate patterns etched into its surface, and I can sense her admiration for the craftsmanship, the beauty of the object itself. But as she opens the lid, and the soft, melancholy melody fills the air, I see a flicker of something else in her eyes, something that looks almost like disappointment. My heart sinks, and I feel a wave of self-doubt wash over me. Maybe I was wrong to think that this gift would be enough, that it would somehow magically fix the tension between us. "It's really lovely," she says again, her voice a little stronger now, but still laced with that hint of reserve. "You have excellent taste." I force a smile, trying to seem pleased, but inside, I'm thinking, is that all she can say? Doesn't she see that I'm trying, that I'm putting myself out there, trying to connect with her on a deeper level? "I'm glad you like it," I say, trying to sound casual, but my mind is racing with questions. What does she really think of me? Does she see me as just some shallow, materialistic person who thinks that gifts can solve everything? As we stand there, the music box still playing its haunting melody, I feel the silence between us growing thicker, more oppressive. I know I need to say something, to break the tension, but I'm not sure what. Part of me wants to ask her directly, to demand to know what she's thinking, what she really feels about me, about us. But another part of me is afraid of hearing something I don't want to hear, something that might shatter the fragile hopes I still have. "Would you like to dance?" I ask finally, the words feeling a little awkward, a little forced. I gesture to the empty space in front of us, the music box still playing its gentle tune. Alexandra looks at me, her eyes narrowing slightly, and for a moment, I think I see a glimmer of amusement there, a hint of teasing. "I'd love to," she says, her voice a little softer now, a little more playful. As we move into the dance, our bodies swaying to the music, I feel a sense of trepidation. I'm not sure what's going to happen next, whether this dance will bring us closer together, or drive us further apart. But as I look into Alexandra's eyes, I see something there, something that gives me a glimmer of hope. Maybe, just maybe, this is the start of something new, something real. And I'm determined to find out, to explore this fragile, tentative connection, and see where it might lead. As we twirl across the empty space, the soft music wrapping around us like a warm blanket, I feel Alexandra's hand brush against mine. It's a fleeting touch, but it sends a spark of electricity through my body. I try to play it cool, to not let my emotions get the better of me, but I can feel my heart racing in my chest. "I have to say, I'm a little surprised," Alexandra says, her voice barely above a whisper. "I didn't think you'd be the dancing type." I smile, trying to appear nonchalant, but my mind is racing with thoughts of what this might mean. Is she interested in me? Is this just a friendly gesture, or is there something more to it? "I'm full of surprises," I reply, trying to sound suave, but my voice comes out a little rougher than I intended. As we dance, I steal glances at Alexandra, trying to read her expression. Her eyes seem to be sparkling with amusement, but there's something else there, something I couldn't quite put my finger on. It's like she's hiding a secret, something she's not telling me. The music box winds down, the final notes fading away into silence. We slow to a stop, our bodies swaying gently in the sudden stillness. For a moment, we just look at each other, the air thick with tension. "I think I'm going to go get some fresh air," Alexandra says finally, breaking the silence. "It's a little stuffy in here." I nod, feeling a pang of disappointment. Is she trying to get away from me? "I'll come with you," I say, trying to sound casual. As we step out into the cool night air, the stars twinkling above us, I feel a sense of trepidation. What's going to happen next? Is Alexandra going to tell me something that will shatter my fragile hopes, or is this the start of something real? We walk in silence for a few moments, the only sound the crunch of gravel beneath our feet. I can feel the tension building, the anticipation growing. "Hey," Alexandra says finally, her voice low and serious. Can I ask you something? My heart skips a beat. What is she going to say? Is this it, the moment of truth? Sure, I reply, trying to sound calm, but my voice is barely above a whisper. What's going on with you? Alexandra asks, her eyes narrowing slightly. You seem different. Like there's something on your mind. I feel a surge of fear. How much does she know? What has she guessed? I try to play it cool, to brush it off, but my mind is racing with thoughts of what I might say, of how I might respond. But before I can say anything, Alexandra's expression changes. Her eyes seem to cloud over, and her voice drops to a whisper. I heard something, she says, her words barely audible. Something I don't think you'll want to hear. My heart sinks, my mind racing with worst-case scenarios. What has she heard? What is she going to tell me? I feel like I'm standing on the edge of a cliff, staring into the abyss, with no safety net to catch me if I fall. As I stand there, my eyes locked on Alexandra's, I can feel my heart pounding in my chest like a drum. The air around us seems to thicken, heavy with anticipation, and I can sense the weight of her words hanging precariously in the balance. What is it? I ask, my voice barely above a whisper, as if I'm afraid to shatter the fragile silence that settled between us. Alexandra's gaze drifts away from mine, her eyes darting nervously around the room before settling back on me. Her expression is guarded, but I can see a flicker of unease dancing in the depths of her eyes. I don't know if I should tell you, she says, her voice laced with hesitation. It's just a rumor, but, I don't know, it feels like there's some truth to it. My mind is racing, conjuring up all sorts of worst-case scenarios. What could she have heard? Is it something about me, about my past, or is it something more sinister? I feel a cold sweat trickling down my spine as I take a step closer to her, my eyes locked on hers. Tell me, I urge, my voice low and insistent. Whatever it is, I need to know. Alexandra's eyes search mine, as if she's searching for something, a glimmer of reassurance perhaps, or a sign that I can handle whatever it is she's about to reveal. After a moment, she seems to make up her mind, and her voice drops to a whisper. I heard that someone's been asking questions about you, she says, her words dripping with an air of secrecy. Someone who doesn't seem to have your best interests at heart. My heart skips a beat as I process her words. Who could be asking questions about me? And what do they want? I feel a shiver run down my spine as I think about all the secrets I've kept hidden, all the lies I've told. Could it be that someone has finally discovered the truth? What kind of questions? I ask, my voice tight with tension, as I try to keep my emotions in check. Alexandra's eyes cloud over, and she glances around the room once more, as if she's afraid of being overheard. I don't know all the details, she says, her voice barely audible. But from what I've heard, they're looking for something. Something you might know about. I feel like I'm drowning in a sea of uncertainty, with no lifeline to cling to. What do they want from me? And how much do they know? I think back to all the times I've been careful, all the times I've covered my tracks, but a nagging voice in the back of my mind keeps whispering, what if they found out? What if they know the truth? I take a deep breath, trying to calm my racing thoughts, but my mind is a jumble of fears and doubts. I don't know what you're talking about, I say finally, trying to sound calm, but my voice is laced with a false nonchalance. Alexandra's eyes narrow, and she takes a step closer to me. Don't lie to me, she says, her voice low and even. I know you're hiding something. And I think it's time you told me the truth.